Hello everyone, welcome to Mathematics video class for class 8 students of North Sikkim Academy. The chapter for today's discussion is powers or exponent. As we have already studied about the introduction and the first part, let us begin with the second part, that is laws of power or exponent. Let me explain you what are the various laws of power and exponent with some examples. The example that I have taken is 2, which is acting as a base. It has a power that is 3 and 5. So how do you simplify this? By using the law. So if suppose you are using the first law, which says a to the power m and then to the power n, which can be written as a m into n. That means the powers are getting multiplied. So this can be written as 2 to the power 3 into 5. That means we are multiplying the power. In the next step, what we do is we multiply these two powers and the answer that we get is 15. So the simplification of this one is 2 to the power 15 using the first law of power. The second example is 2 to the power 4 into 3 to the power 4. So we are going to solve this by using the second law. The second law is a to the power m into b to the power n, where you have two different bases but the power is the same. So what you do is you will multiply the base and take the power as common. So using this law we will solve this. So in the next step, what you do is you multiply the bases, that is 2 and 3, and take the power as common. So the answer that we get is, after multiplication, 3 into 2 will give you 6 to the power 4. So this is the answer after the simplification using the second law. The next example is 5 to the power 2 multiplied with 5 to the power 3. So we'll solve this example using the third law, which is a to the power m into a to the power n. According to the law, we can write this as a to the power m plus n. So let's solve this. So what I'm going to write is 5, that is base 1 time since the base is same, and then we are going to add the powers, that is first power plus the second power, which will give us the answer, that is 5 to the power, that is 5. So this is the answer after the simplification of the example, that is 5 to the power 2 into 5 to the power 3 using the third law. The next example can be solved by using the fourth law, which is a to the power m divided by b to the power m, where the base is different but the power is same. So according to this law, it can be written as a by b and the power is taken as common. So using this fourth law, we can solve this, which will give us the answer, that is 2 divided by 5, and the power which is the same can be taken as common. So this is the simplified form of the example. The next example is 2 to the power 5 divided by 2 to the power 3. So if the base is same, we can use the fifth law, which is a to the power m divided by a to the power n, which is a power gets subtracted, which is m minus n according to the law. Using that law, we can simplify this and write it as 2, that is we are taking the base only one time and we'll subtract the powers, that is 5 minus 3, which gives us the answer on simplification, that is 2 to the power, that is 2. So this is the simplified form of the above example. The next example is 2 to the power minus 5, which can be solved by using the sixth law of power, which is a to the power minus n. According to this law, we can write it as 1 divided by a to the power n. So using this law, we can solve this as 1 divided by 2 to the power 5. So this is the simplified form of the above example using the sixth law. The next example that we have is 5 to the power 0, which can be solved by using the seventh or the last law, which is a to the power 0, which says if any base has a power that is 0, can be automatically written as 1. Using this law, we can solve this, which will give us the answer that is 1 straight away. Let us move on to the next topic, that is standard form conversion of a given number and usual form conversion of a given number. Let me explain you these two topics with some examples. Now, let us solve this question using the laws of exponent. So the question that we have out here is 5 divided by 7 to the power minus 1 into 5 by 7 to the power minus 2. So how we will solve this question is by using the law which says if the base is same, like for example I am taking the law is a to the power m into a to the power n. If the base is same but the power is different, that time what we can do is we can write the base one time and add the powers. So this is the law. You will be using this law to solve this question. So in the next step what we can do is we can write this as 5 by 7, that is the base, only one time, and then we'll write the first power that is minus 1 followed with the plus sign because the law says you have to add the two powers. So you'll write plus sign followed with the second power which is minus 2. Now you are going to put this minus 2 in the bracket. Why? The reason is there are two signs. In the next step we are going to solve the power. So you write the base as it is. So the first power will remain the same. You'll open the bracket. So plus into minus will give you minus and then 2 will come out of the bracket. In the next step what we have is 5 by 7. Let's simplify the power. So you have minus, out here also you have minus. So minus minus will become plus. So 2 plus 1 will give you 3. But you are going to write the sign of the bigger number. So 2 is a bigger number which has a minus sign, so you write minus. Now after this, if you are thinking that this is the simplified form, still we can simplify this furthermore by using the law which is a to the power minus m. According to this, if a base has a negative power, you can solve this by the law which is 1 divided by a to the power n. So you are going to use this law out here. So it will give you that is 1 divided by 5 divided by 7 to the power 3. The minus is gone. It is changed into plus by using this law. Once it is done, we can go for the reciprocal, which is 1. This divide will be written as multiplication. This will get reversed, which means you can write this as 7 by 5 to the power 3. And then the final answer will become anything which is multiplied with 1 will give you the same answer. So the answer will be 7 by 5 to the power 3. So this is the last answer of this question by using the laws of exponent. Let's solve the second question using the laws of exponent. So in order to solve this question, what you are going to do is, first of all, you will split this, the first part, the second part, and then the third part, as it has multiplication. So if we split this, we have the answer that will be 3 to the power minus 4 divided by 3 to the power minus 5. Instead of the two multiplications, we are going to write only 1. After that, what we have is a to the power minus 3 divided by a to the power minus 5. Instead of 2 multiplication, we will write only one time. B to the power minus 4 divided by b to the power 2. So this is how we split for this type of question, where you find that the numerator and denominator are almost the same. We can split. Now you will be using the law. Which law? That is, we can apply the law, that is a to the power minus m is equals to 1 by a to the power m. We can apply this law as in the numerator and denominator of the first part as well as the second part, they have minus power, and in the third part the numerator has a minus power. So we can apply this law for all the negative powers. After we apply the law, the answer that we get is 1 divided by 3 to the power 4 whole divided by 1 divided by 3 to the power 5, multiplication sign in the center. For the second part, we apply the law. It will give us 1 divided by a to the power 3 whole divided by 1 divided by a to the power 5 into, for this third part, we will be only applying the law for the numerator, as in the denominator the power is positive, it's not negative. So we can write this as 1 divided by b to the power 4 whole divided by b to the power 2. Once we have used the law, now let's go and do the reciprocal, as a fraction can never have two denominators. So let's perform the reciprocal. So when we do the reciprocal, this numerator portion will remain as it is. This main divide will get converted into multiplication. The denominator, I mean to say, the denominator will get reversed. That means the numerator will go to the denominator and denominator will go to the numerator. That is, they'll interchange their places. So the denominator was 3 to the power 5, we'll write in the numerator, and the numerator will come to the denominator. This is known as your reciprocal. In the reciprocal, the numerator is written as it is. The divide will get converted into multiplication. The denominator will reverse its position and will write the denominator as this form. Then we have the second part. Let's do the reciprocal of second part. So it is 1 by a to the power 3 into a to the power 5 divided by 1. Multiplication sign. Let's perform the reciprocal for this. The numerator will remain as it is. Divide will get converted into multiplication. Now in the denominator, we do not have, that is, a fraction. So we can write this as 1. So once we have written divided by 1, we can perform the reciprocal. So it will become 1 divided by b to the power 2. Now what we find is, we'll see that in the numerator and denominator you have almost the same things. So you can cancel the powers. So this is 3 to the power 4, which means 3 is 4 times. Out here 3 to the power 5 means 3 is 5 times. So you can cancel this, 1 is left, and you can cancel this whole thing. That is, we are cancelling 4 3's out here, and here also 4 3's, and only 1 3 will be left. Here we have a to the power 3, that is a is 3 times, and here we have a to the power 5, which is a is 5 times. You can cancel this, so only 2 a's will be left. Here we cannot cancel as both the b's are in the denominator. So for this one, we will be using another law, which is a to the power n into a to the power n, which will give you a power will get added. This is the law which we'll be using for the denominator. The answer that is left in the next step is 3 to the power 1, which means 3 is only 1, into a to the power 2 into 1 divided by. Base is the same, but power is different, so you write the base one time, power will get added. So in your final step, we can write this as 3 into a to the power 2 whole divided by b to the power 6. So this is the answer of your second question. We have the third question. So let's try to solve this by using the laws of exponent. So in this question, what we have is 3 to the power 0 minus 2 to the power 0 whole to the power minus 5 divided by 7 to the power 0. So for this question, we can use the law which is a to the power 0. Now anything to the power 0 according to the law is 1. So in the next step, automatically 3 to the power 0 will be written as 1 minus 2 to the power 0 will also be written as 1, as the law says anything to the power 0 is 1. Then whole bracket to the power minus 5 divided by, now it is 7 to the power 0. Again let's use the law. So it will give you 1. Inside the bracket we have 1 minus 1. Now 1 minus 1 is 0 to the power minus 5. This divide can be written as in this form. Now anything to the power, that is 0 to the power any number, is always and always 0 divided by 1. Any number which divides 0 will always give you the answer, that is 0. So this is the answer for the third question, and we can solve this by using the law, that is a to the power 0 is equals to 1. Let's simplify the fourth question, which is 3 to the power minus 7 divide 3 to the power minus 10, and then these two things are inside the curly bracket, which means it has to be solved first. Then we have multiplication 3 to the power minus 5. Out here what you have is both of this, they have the negative power. So it can be solved by the law which is a to the power m divide a to the power n is equals to a m minus n. Now you must be confused, how did this law come? Now this is the similar to this one, a to the power m divided by a to the power n is equals to a m minus n. It's the same thing. Here we have the division sign and here you have the division form. So you can use any of this form and the answer will be the same. So we can write this as 3 minus 7 minus, now this is according to the law, and then the second power. The second power is minus 10. So minus 10, which we will have to place inside the bracket. And then you have multiplication followed with minus to the power, I mean to say 3 to the power minus 5. Let's open the bracket and solve the power. So it will give you 3 minus 7. Let's open the bracket, minus minus plus 10 into 3 to the power minus 5. Here if you solve this, it gives you plus minus minus, so 10 minus 7 will give you 3. You will write the sign of the bigger number, which is plus 3, but plus can be written or you can ignore that, into 3 to the power minus 5. Again we have the base is same. In between those bases what you have is multiplication sign. So you can again use the law which is a m into a n, where it says you add the power. This is your law which we'll be using for this step. So it means you write the base one time, the first power will get added with the second power, but the second power is negative, so we will write this in the bracket. So it gives us 3 to the power 3, let's open the bracket, plus minus minus 5. When we simplify this power, it will give you 3 plus minus minus 5 minus 3 will give you 2, the sign of the bigger number, so minus. A base can never have a power that is negative. So you'll use the law which is a to the power minus m, which will be written as a1 divided by a to the power m. So when we use the law, it gives us the answer, that is 3 to the power 2. Now this can be written as the answer, or if you wish, you can write the same as 1 divided by. Now 3 to the power 2 means 3 is multiplied 2 times. So 3 3's will give you 9. So you can write the answer as 1 by 9. So either you can consider this as your answer or 1 by 9 as your answer. The next type of question that we have is, the power will be missing. It will be in the form of your variable, that is x or any other variable. So you have to find the answer of this x by using the laws of exponent. So how can we find the answer of x in this question? Let's try to find the answer. So here what we have is, you'll be provided with two sides. One is left side, the other one is right side. So if you see, the variable is in the right side, so we'll leave the variable as it is. And in the left hand side, we can simplify as the base is same and they are getting multiplied, but the powers are different. So we can use the law, which is a to the power m into a to the power n, which can be written as a m plus n, that means power gets added. So for this, what you do is, first let's make the base the same. So if the base is same on both the sides, that is left hand side and right hand side, now there is a rule. If the base of your left hand side and the base of your right hand side is same, we can take the powers as same. That means if the base of left hand side is equal to the base of right hand side, the powers will also become equal to each other. So that is what we are going to do. So we'll make the base of left hand side and right hand side same. So in order to make that, you are going to solve this part by using the law. So you'll write the power, or I will say the base 2 by 5, and the power will get added. This is your left hand side. The right hand side you are going to copy as it is, plus 2. Now what you find is, the base of the left hand side and the base of the right hand side is same. So if the base of left hand side and right hand side, they are equal to each other, we can say the power of left hand side and the power of right hand side will also be equal, which is, we can write this as the power of left hand side is equal to the power of right hand side. Only if the base of left hand side is equal to the base of right hand side, the power of left hand side will be equal to the power of right hand side. I hope I am clear. Let's solve this. So plus minus will give you minus. 11 minus 3 you will get as 8, sign of the bigger number, which is plus. Is equals to 3x plus 2. Let's send this 2, that is plus 2, to the other side. That is, you will bring the plus 2 to the left hand side. It will come to the other side as minus 2 is equals to 3x. 8 minus 2 will give you 6, sign of the bigger number. So 8 is positive. So the 6 will also become positive. Is equals to 3x. Now in between two numbers, or say number and a variable, if there is no sign, the sign can be considered as multiplication. So that is, in between 3 and x, we do not have a sign, so we can consider the sign as multiplication. So when we send this 3 to the left hand side, 3 will go to the other side as multiply, will change into divide. So 3 will go to the other side as divide. So we will get the answer, that is 6 divided by 3 is equals to x. This can be cancelled, that is 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. We have the last answer, that is 2 is equals to x, or we can say x is equals to 2. That is, the variable answer is 2. So it can be solved by using the laws of exponent. Only and only if the base of left hand side is equal to base of right hand side, the powers of left hand side will become equal to the powers of right hand side. Then only you can find the answer of the variable. So now we have the last example, which is 5 to the power m divide 5 to the power minus 3 is equals to 5 to the power 5. Out here we have to find the value of m. So in the previous question we had multiplication, and in this question we have divide. So this can be solved, or we can find the value of m by using the law of exponent, which is a to the power m divide a to the power n, which can be written as a first power minus the second power. So using this law, we can simplify the left hand side in order to make the left hand side and right hand side base as same. So this will give us an answer, that is base is 1 time. The powers will get subtracted, that is first power minus the second power. So in the second power we have already a minus sign, so we will put a bracket. is equals to the right hand side, that is 5 to the power 5. Now we will find that the base of left hand side and the base of right hand side is same, that is they are equal to each other. If the base of left hand side and right hand side is equal, we can say the power of left hand side and the power of right hand side will also be the same or equal. So we can write this as m. Let's open the bracket. So minus minus will give us plus 3 is equals to 5. Now why are we writing this? Where is the base? Since the base of left hand side and right hand side is same, that's equal, you're not going to write the base, the powers will also become equal, so we have only written the powers. In the next step, let's take this plus 3 to the right hand side. So plus will go to the other side as minus, so it gives you m is equals to 5 minus 3. The last answer that we have is, in the last step, 5 minus 3, which will give you 2. The sign of the bigger number, so 5 is positive, so 2 will also become positive. So this is the answer of your variable, that is m. I hope this type of topic or this type of question was clear to you. Students, we have come to the end of this session, that is laws of exponent. The remaining topics will be covered in the next video. Till then, keep practicing from your textbook. Thank you for watching.